Once Human is a survival MMO set in a post-apocalyptic world where you build, craft, and fight for your right to exist. There's currently a beta that is going on as of right now that you could request through the website. But the full game will see its release in the third quarter of 2024. This is a game that gives you a short tutorial, perhaps too short in my opinion, and throws you straight into the world that is Once Human. There's a lot that goes on with this game, such as story that can leave you with some questions. The beauty of this, however, is that for other parts, it provides you an option to go and discover them yourself. You do have a sense of freedom to go off and explore, though the game gives you quests that you can go after in case you are in need of a sense of purpose and direction. I see a lot of talk around this game, and I feel like it's more so something akin to Metro Exodus or Revenant 2, whilst not being as burdening to play as those other games. There is a lot of love and props I can give to a game like Once Human. For starters, the survival elements are amazing, as everything that you use to survive in this game is going to be made by you. You start out with a camp, and then a simple crossbow, all the way up to finding blueprints to locate actual full-fledged guns to take down your enemies. These guns also come with mods that increase the overall strength of the weapon. You collect materials like minerals, scrap, plastic from the parts that you collect from strongholds and the open world, and you could use them to progress into weapon and armor crafting benches for your weapons and armor. So then you can have stoves that are used to cook for food that you've hunted for earlier, and then solar panels and biomass generators for power and many more things. There is a lot of creativity in this game, and it does amplify your playthrough. So let's talk about the things that'll go against you in your playthrough in the world of Once Human. There's quite a bit to go involving this, but it's nothing too intricate or unfamiliar if you are remotely used to these survival games. Stamina is one that makes its usual appearance. Things like running and combat rolling does drain stamina, but the recovery of these things are almost instantaneous. It drops for a few seconds, but then gets back into full gear after waiting for a few moments. With that said, however, this mechanic is directly affected by two other systems, hydration and hunger. Hydration affects the quality of your movement speed and can be increased by drinking water as well as the cost of sprint stamina, so keeping it up is more than integral, especially before something like a dungeon for example. Hunger is managed by eating food, and this allows you to carry more, have more health, and get a bonus to your melee weapon damage. These two systems are very easy to maintain and aren't really super punishing, especially when you progress into the endgame where you can make these things extremely accessible. There are also diseases and injuries that a player can get. For example, draw from a height and you may damage your ankle. And if it's real bad, it might make it harder for you to move around in areas until that injury is fully healed. There's also this game's version of Fallout's radiation called Sanity. This depletes if you swim or drink contaminated waters, visit a polluted zone of corruption, or meet new enemies. Depleting this meter can swiftly rob you of your max health if you aren't being careful. And if sanity goes under 50%, you get a whim debuff. You can refill sanity by either resting or by eating specific consumables that increase them. Some gear will allow you to better traverse these polluted zones, so do watch out for them whenever you can. You will also come by different types of enemies across your playthrough, stuff like corrupted crocodiles and wolves and other aberrations like within nearby strongholds. The mob variety in this game is very vast, and there's a strong number of foes that you will go up against. However, there are even much bigger, stronger variants of these enemies to face that are called monoliths. This is where the Remnant 2 part comes in. They are essentially boss battles that a player can face against to both progress the story and invest more into the memetic system, which is your skill tree in the game. More on that within a moment. But before that, I want to talk about base building. Now, base building is another highlight of this game, as being able to be creative and put your own spin on how you're going to manage your area and increase how effective it is for your playthrough is very important. The tools that you use to build your own base from scratch are very nice and very intricate, and what you can come up with is absolutely amazing. Being able to cruise around the area and see what other people have made is absolutely nice. I've been loving what people have been coming up with so far. So back to memetics. Memetics, or meme points alternatively, is your main source of progression within this game. As you level up, you will get skill points that you will spend on your skill tree. Things like being able to make crafting stations, better building materials, turrets, storage, weapon blueprints, and many, many more. This can be progressed by leveling and clearing monolith bosses. The cradle is also an important piece to note, as it will have passives that are useful for combat and that you can equip. You can get more of them by accessing and clearing out certain locations, and also by defeating the monoliths. But all in all, this is a general understanding of what this game could provide you. But with that comes a multitude of concerns. One of them being the energy link system. It is tied to everything that is important within the game. Fast travel, crafting, investing in the mimetic system. And with this being a free game, monetization is always going to be a point of interest for me. They could easily use this as a form to stifle progression or create options to monetize for further convenience to players who want to spend money. Another issue is Starcrom and the Wish Machine. This is the secondary form of currency within the game, which is used for cosmetics within the shop, which is cool because you can obtain it with certain objectives, purifying Elko stones and other quest lines, so you have a way to grab it naturally. My issue with the Wish Machine is you can find weapon blueprints as a chance drop within the world in specific weapon crates and mysterious chests, but alternatively, you can get it from the Wish Machine, which is a gacha system, which you can get weapon blueprints or weapon blueprint pieces. What you get is random, but it is said that 41 pulls clear out the entire gacha. Still, for anything other than blues, that's around 20,500 Starcrom to get in order to get what you need. That's a lot of Starcrom and a lot of grinding to begin with, especially for RNG chance drops. Another issue that I have is that from the Twitch stream by King Gothalion and story developer Derek, we have new news that basically they're going to have seasonal progression wipes, and after each season they wipe the current player's progress. I'm certainly not a fan of this, mainly because it doesn't really respect my time. For PvP servers, I definitely understand because a lot of people like having the challenge and being able to reset and start over again. That I understand, but I hope they have an option for PvE servers where we can have a chance to kind of keep our progress, because it allows you to try stuff new. It allows you to kind of push and see something new without the pressure of having it getting taken away. Because a lot of the pieces that we have, a lot of the blueprints are still RNG based drops. So you're not confirmed to have each piece of progression all throughout the game, right? So that's my main issue with it. I'm hoping that we have something maybe similar to Diablo, where we have basically seasonal servers and then main servers, and then people will decide whether they want to play each server, you know? I hope we can have that, because I do not like the current iteration of it. This game is extremely grindy, and I like the fact that it feels like my grind is being respected in the game as it is currently. Okay, so this is the conclusion of the video. Thank you for making it this far. Just a few things to clear up. So I think that Once Human, once it comes out, will be a really good addition to what I have currently going on this channel, and I think that I'll stick with it. This doesn't mean that I'll stop doing Destiny content. It's just that I will be sharing space and renovating alongside Once Human and a plethora of other games to play. Because if you think I'm going to be doing Destiny content for straight 6 months, you are absolutely out of your damn mind, respectfully. With that said, editor's note, it is King Gothalion, not King Gothalion. Please don't crucify me in the comments. But with that, I hope you have a great day. Alchemist, out.